everyone. We are taking charge of every facet of our lives, and this is Take Charge with Sophie. As you're already aware, my name is Sophia Kafui Teye, and on this channel we talk about entrepreneurship, finance, investment, and self-help tips that can help you take charge of every facet of your life. Last week we talked about how to come up with an entrepreneurship ideas that are foundable. Today we are going to talk about how to move from idea to business. The interesting thing is that we all have beautiful ideas in our minds, but a lot of us have actually not tested how feasible those ideas are and how the market is going to accept them. The resource person we used last week is still here with us, Mr. Ofori, who is a co-founder and a director at Innovation Spark. He's going to take us through another insightful session on how we can move our ideas into actual businesses so that we can actually realize the benefits that comes with it to take our lives to the next level. So, welcome again.
Thank you, Sophia.
This Monday is me and you. So, take it from there.
All right, thank you, Sophia. So we'll continue from where we left off. One of the things that we discussed the last time was, if you have an idea, how do you position yourself to get investment?
Okay.
Now, before you can even get investment, you want to make sure that your idea is not just staying in your head, you are actually doing something about it. Okay. So last week we talked about getting a proof of concept. Now, what's a proof of concept? It is your ability to show that the idea that I have is not a beautiful idea only in my head, but I can actually get people to buy into the idea and I can make it into a business. So how do you go about your proof of concept idea? The first thing is for you to list out clearly what you want, how you want your business to be structured. From an investor perspective, we always look at what we call the unit economics, right? How many times are you going to do something for you to get the amount of money that you want? If you are selling a sachet of water, how many sachets of water do you want to sell to get, let's say, 100,000 CDs? So that must make sense. But how do you even sell the 100,000 sachets of water? You have to have a clear plan on how you are going to do it. Now, I always say that the best way to start a business is to go out there and do it. Because if you keep staying in the room and trying to find out the best way to do it, you might never go to do it, right? Miles Monroe said that the richest place on earth is the graveyard, because everybody went there with brilliant ideas. So I always challenge my entrepreneurs, get the first 10 customers for the idea that you have.
Okay.
It doesn't even have to be perfect.
Okay, so there's tip number one is get the first
customers or clients.
And then also your idea should not be perfect.
It shouldn't be perfect.
Okay.
You should look at Google's first website. Everybody should go and check out Google's first website. It was one of the ugliest designs ever. Okay. But they put it out there because it was the idea they had and they wanted to make sure that it works. Okay. So in entrepreneurship, we have something called an MVP, which is the minimum viable product. Okay. What is the minimum thing you need to do to prove that your idea or your project works? So for Kafui or for Sophia, her minimum viable product will be her first episode that she shot. And it doesn't have to be in a beautiful or fancy studio. She just has to have been able to record it and show her content. And then you see that gradually with time, her studio becomes more beautiful. She has more lighting. She's inviting even different people. So if you go ahead and watch Sophia's first episode, you notice that she was doing it. She was recording alone. She was talking directly to maybe one camera. And then now you can see different camera angles. So her minimum viable product was her first episode. She shot it to prove that she has content. Okay. And then with time, she was able to move from maybe only her husband watching to her husband and her family, to her husband, her family, and her church, to her husband, family, church, and community. And then you see that her viewership is growing. So that's the minimum viable product. Get your first 10 customers for your minimum viable product. If it's a sachet of water, your sachet design might not even be beautiful, but you're able to package the vitamin water that we talked about the last time so well that people will drink it and say, can I get 10 more for my next event? Okay, so that's proof of concept. Go out there, no matter how unfinished the idea is, go and tell people about it and get someone to buy it. Okay, If they don't buy it, be willing to offer it to them for free to give you feedback on how you can improve it. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Last week, we also talked about the business model canvas.
Okay.
So today, we are going to go through it step by step to make sure that you have that listed out. And once you go through it, you can move your idea to a business. Okay. So far, we're going to start from, first of all, the value proposition.
Okay.
What's the value proposition? It is what you are offering as an entrepreneur. Everybody has a YouTube channel nowadays. What is making Sophia's different from everyone else's? Sophia is also not the only one doing an entrepreneurship channel, an investments channel. So what does Sophia offer differently that others aren't? Maybe for her, she's coming with her years of experience in the banking industry. So she understands some of the investment that even banks make that would be ideal for you as an individual that you never knew about. Maybe you'll be able to appreciate certain rates that exist for different investment portfolios that you didn't know about. And because of her local content and her expertise, you'll be able to make it relevant for your customer, right? The second one is, what actions will you take to get your first clients?
Yeah.
For Sophia, she had to actually sit down, write a script, and record it. And then she will have to either go for investment opportunities, talks, seminars, and when she's making a submission, she will say, my name is Sophia, and I'm with this channel. You can check it out, right? So these are intentional actions that she's taking. Maybe you want to partner with other channels or other YouTube platforms that you go and speak at and say, oh, by the way, if you want to find out more about Sophia's content, check out her channel. So there are intentional actions that she's taking to make sure that she's getting her customers. And then you want to look at what resources you need for your startup idea. So again, with Sophia, the resources that you need will be lights, will be an actual camera, it will be audio devices, and it will also be the content that she actually has. So she has to be constantly reading or constantly speaking with other investment profiles to know what is currently happening. And then you want to know who you want to partner with to grow your business. Yeah. So like I mentioned again, you may want to visit other media houses, other YouTube channels. You could even invite a celebrity blogger, right? And find out how celebrity bloggers actually invest the money that they are making from all the YouTube money that they are getting in. So we have looked at the value that you are offering, the action items that you take to give out this value, the resources that you need, and the people that you want to partner with. Then we look at what relationships do you need. So this is a bit of, it's a bit related to the partners that you want. But in this case, there might be other relationships that Sophia would need. For example, she will need to have relationship with banks. She will need to have relationships with schools, for example, to do more trainings. She may need to have relationships with international players that are looking to invest in Ghana, that they can start targeting Sophia's type of customers. So what relationships do you need? And this is especially important for the relationship you also need for your customer. So when Sophia puts a video on her YouTube channel, does she engage with her customers after they make a comment? So that they feel like, okay, if I come and ask a follow-up question on Sophia's YouTube channel, I know that I'll get an answer. So this one is even more important for you and your customer. If you are selling beads or products, what relationship do you have with your customer to make sure that she'll keep coming back to you? Because now there are so many different brands offering almost the same value. The reason why I'll keep coming to you is because of the relationship that I have with you. So maybe for Sophia, she will give more advice before she finally sells a product. So that's the relationship that I have with her. And then you want to know what channels you are going to use to reach your customer. So for Sophia, she has a YouTube channel, but she also has other channels. I met her from a seminar, from a talk shop. So that's another channel that she used to reach her customers. For you who is selling a product, maybe you want to go for Made in Ghana fairs. Or maybe you want to go for chamber.
PC fairs.
Exactly.
Youth entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
Fairs, women.
Yes, women-led programs.
And all that.
And this is where you want to belong to different kinds of organizations because they help to promote you. I'll give an example. One of the entrepreneurs that we train, she has a shea butter product. There are so many people doing share butter now, but because she's joined all these different fairs with GIPC, AU, now exactly, now she is in the database of all these individuals. And whenever there's a fair, earlier this year she was invited to the US because she's in a database. Yeah. She also belongs to the I think there's a cooperative for share growers as well. So you want to make sure that you belong to a fraternity or a community that can give you access to opportunities. Awesome. And then you have to also clearly define who your customer is. This place, I always encourage entrepreneurs to take 3 different people. Okay. Take an individual and describe him to the latter. This person watching my YouTube channel is a 22-year-old university student studying agric. He wants to watch my channel because he's always interested in financial opportunities. He has 3 siblings, so he's going to look for ways to make money to help the 3 siblings. His favorite books are Miles Monroe books, XYZ books. He likes listening to these type of people. So suddenly you understand the psychology of the person who is buying from you. If they like watching cartoons, then are you going to put cartoons in your YouTube video to attract that type of person? Or maybe that person is not your target audience. So you want to describe this person to the core. You take different types of people as well. Maybe another person watching Sophia's channel is a mother who is an entrepreneur and wants to quit her job. So this person is looking at different investment options to grow her money for the short to mid-term before she comes and starts her own business. So take your time to carefully describe who your customer is and go all the way to mention even their favorite food, for example. It's for you to understand the psychology of the person that you are selling to. And then the last 2 in the business model canvas is what sacrifices are you going to make? Where are your expenses going to go to? Am I going to have to am I going to rent a store? Am I going to have to set up a kiosk somewhere? Am I supposed to always rent an Uber to transport, let's say, the food that I cook every morning? And understand exactly how much you are going to spend so that you know that if I spend 10,000 cedis and I'm making 11,000 cedis, then I'm making a profit of 1,000 cedis every month. So this is where you finally discuss where is the money going to come from. Will I do catering services if I'm selling food? Will I do it for organizations, or will I do a standby store where I sell to school students who close every day and come and buy from me? This will also challenge you to see how quickly will I grow this if I use this approach to make money. So for Sophia, she may want to grow her YouTube viewership so that YouTube also pays her. But she may also want to look at sponsored ads. So during her shows, she can decide that today I'm going to talk about this book written by this person. And this person can give me a specific amount just to talk about this book. So you now look at all the different channels that you make money from. And it's important to notice that we don't always have one channel for making revenue. Even if you are selling pure water, right? You may want to look at large events that will want to buy a bulk of your pure water for that. That is different from if you are selling it sachet by sachet. So it's good to write all these down so that you'll be able to approach it from different angles and be able to scale quickly. Yes. So I hope this helps.
Yeah, it really helps. So if I can summarize it, we have to talk about the value proposition. We have to talk about, you made mention of relationships, your channel of distribution, and I think I've actually lost track of a couple
so
of them.
That is actually the main ones you capture. Your relationships with your customers, your channel of distribution to your customers, and then for you, the value you are offering, who you want to partner with to make that value even more enhanced. And then you look at your expenses and then also your revenue.
Yes. So what are some of the concluding remarks as far as this subject is concerned from your side?
So when you are moving your idea when you are moving your business from idea to the actual business, always start with what you have. Don't wait till you are perfect before you start. Remember, minimum viable product is the least you can offer to be able to build on it and get your first 10 customers quickly. Start from there and you'll be able to grow it.
Thank you so much, Ofori. That was an insightful session on how we can take our ideas to actual business and also generate whatever it is that we are looking for out of it. I want to say a very big thank you for making time to watch this episode. It is not enough watching the episode if you don't use the information to your advantage or share with others. So subscribe to this channel if you haven't done that yet. Comment, share, and also press the notification button so you can get notified anytime we post our videos. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers, and catch you in the next episode. Bye bye.